the search
collaboration between the Edinburgh International Festival and, in the broadest sense, the theatre scene of Poland stretches back many decades. Ricky DeMarco and many of my predecessors were, I think, appropriately intrigued with two of the great figures of Polish theatre, indeed of international theatre in the 20th century, Tadeusz Kantor and Grotowski. And I think that this influence of Kantor and of Grotowski can be seen to be an important component of the development of the Edinburgh International Festival.
Who was, for me, a personification of Polish genius. Well, I think it had to be Kantor, because he was like Witkiewicz, a man who used every aspect of contemporary language in the arts, performing arts, sculpture, painting, music, and he had a great respect for Witkiewicz. So therefore, by showing Kantor, I was showing Witkiewicz, because the first productions of the of Kantor's Creco Theatre were inspired by Witkiewicz.
Edinburgh Festival Fringe 2012 was incredible for Polish theatre. We were part of the Cultural Olympiads Polish Showcase, and several Polish theatres came to Edinburgh for it. And such was the width and variety of the Polish theatre that I even noticed an article in the local arts magazine that was entitled "Scotland versus Poland" on the Edinburgh Fringe, and it looked how Polish artists and Scottish artists develop and promote arts. And there is, of course, Tomek Borkowy, who came to Edinburgh nearly 20 years ago, starting as an actor, and stayed in this city, running an organization called Universal Arts, and who I'm sure we can say safely that is a great advocate for Polish theatre in Edinburgh.
I decided during the martial law that I have to leave the country with a broken heart. But I said this is not a place which I can develop my career, and it took me 9 months to get out of the country, and it happened thanks to George Harrison of the Beatles, whose handmade films helped me to get visa out, because they created completely false film for me and the script. My life is a theatre, and my love is film. So I just went to life, and I started to work with the theatres. I taught in a drama school, and I was directing in Cafe Theatre upstairs. And then with my students, we decided to come to the festival.
There are always many shows, Polish shows on Edinburgh Festival Fringe, and there's always a lot of interest and demand for them, which is quite an achievement in itself, because there are nearly 3,000 shows on the Fringe every year.
2 days, and he kept on playing all the dances, Oberek, Mazur, Polka, Schneepolka, Kozak. And a beautiful bride and a handsome groom.
Well, The Tailor of Inverness is a play about my father, Mateusz Zając, who settled in Scotland in 1948 after a tumultuous journey through the Second World War, a journey which many thousands of Poles took, eventually settling in Scotland.
Till the Hitler came into power in Germany, the propaganda that it spread like a wildfire. You see? You see?
The play opened at the Edinburgh Festival in 2008, and within a week it was sold out for the whole of its 4-week run. It won 3 awards at that festival, and since then we've toured it to 10 different countries, including Poland and Ukraine, where the story originates. For me, it's a story of what war does to ordinary people and families, and that's why I made it public. You know, it's a very personal story. It's about my father. There are 2 characters in the play, me and him. And but you know, I feel that it does have a sort of universal aspect, because you know, families and individuals are being affected in the way that my father was now in Syria or Congo or wherever there's a war going on. So yeah, there's a lot of people praise the production, but essentially it's the story and the, you know, the sort of the human story that people really relate to, you know. And you know, early on in the run of the production, there was a Polish woman who came to the show, and she said to me, "Well, this is the story of every Polish family."
You know the territory called Galicia. We were quite near Russia to the east and Romania and Hungary to the south. Many a time when I snatched a weekend pass, went home, was not far.
I can ease your pain and get you on your feet again.
I was very particularly intrigued by the work of 2 younger generation theatre directors, Krzysztof Walikowski and Grzegorz Jazina. And we brought them in 2008 with TR Warszawa, Teatr Rośmiatowski Warszawa, to perform a little residency at the festival that included the 448 Psychosis, the piece of Sarah Kane. Krzysztof Walikowski's production of the Die Book, which is a story about a demon from a Jewish perspective, was, I think, a much bigger metaphor for Poland as it is today and the trajectory it will take today into the future. Since then, we have had another big project with Grzegorz, where we presented last year his epic-scaled performance of Macbeth.
Wobec takiej choroby moja sztuka jest bezradna.
Always Polish theatre is very well received here, although in the last couple of years I just realized that Polish theatre and mainly theatre from the younger generation of directors, it starts to be more and more hermetic.
Kapec Theatre was started in 2006 during the summer, initially as as just a simple initiative to check if there are other Polish actors living and working in Scotland, and if there is a possibility to do something together. Very quickly, it's kind of naturally grew because there was the need for it, and we became, you could say, the first Polish theatre in Scotland. During the years that we've been working together, we tried to see connections with Scottish artists. We had a Scottish director work with us. We had actors of different nationalities coming to work with us, but always trying to keep this strong Polish connection. So either having performances that were bilingual, Polish-English, or Polish plays, or performances done first in Polish then in English, for example, or having kind of strong topic, strong theme.
I think we made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6 or even 7 different performances. At the beginning we work as an ensemble, and we did four performances. Every year we have like a premiere, because it took a while to work on the production, to spend the time on it, and everybody have a job. So once a year we have like a production to do.
How shall we hide from the bear? With a foot with toes. The great bear that moves across the sky, that moves around the world.
The bear that moves the world.
Well, we try and tell the story of Wojtek from when he's found until his last days, and it's very much about his relationship with Piotr, who's really his mother. He was called Mother Bear by the other soldiers, nicknamed. So obviously Wojtek walks, talks, he's an actor. Without a bear mask, there's no way we were going down Pantomime Road. You know, the audience believe within a minute, within 30 seconds, that the actor is a bear. I think people came for different reasons. People came because they knew the story. People came because it was about a bear. People came because of a Polish connection. People came for different reasons. And when we first ran it at the Storytelling Centre in the Netherbow Theatre, it received a standing ovation every night, which was quite amazing. And you know, it obviously generated some kind of warmth within people, and I think it's that thing about the relationship between a human being and an animal, and it's, you know, it's about responsibility and ecology and big words as well, but it's, you know, it's really about it's about love. It's about the love between this man and this animal, and how close people. There was a lot of people crying. Not because it was bad. I always like to make my audience cry, you know, especially in my comedies. But, you know, it affected people because it is such an affecting story. And, you know, basically you go on a journey with these, well, there's three performers, but with these two characters mainly, the bear and the father-mother.
The great bear is moving. And the earth shifts. The sky is full of whispers. Listen.
When I came to the job as director of the Edinburgh International Festival in 2007, with all of that history, I felt it was really important to continue this relationship between Scottish culture and a Scottish festival and Poland.
I just think that the Polish theatre is going to be always received very well and will have the followers. But we'll see how the new generation of audience and new generation of Polish theatre makers will get together.
Thank